Good evening. Let's wait till some people get in here and we'll go from there. Let's just get over here on the YouTube feed. So let's see, go here. All right, all right. Um, yeah, the feed looks terrible on YouTube. That's not good. We're working on it, working on it, working on it, working on it, working on it. Um, Hold on just a second. Definitely want to. Yep, send that out there like that. Don't need that. There we go. All right, screen is looking a lot better now. Things are looking a lot better. Um, Let me check the chat real quick. Hit me up in the chat. Let me know if you guys can hear everything perfectly fine. Um, so yeah, lots to talk about today. Lots to talk about. We got a busy 2 hours. Um, and we are going to get right to it. Yeah, first, let's talk about the our agenda for today. We got a lot to talk about. Um, so Adobe, our good friends at Adobe, they just made a bunch of animators furious, and we're going to break down why. There were three major AI video tool updates that dropped in the past week, and we're going to talk about those, and we're going to take a look at one of them. And Google VO3 has entered the arena. AI video war going to heat up. Plus, just a look at some of the current projects that I'm working on, which would be Quantum University and Shorty Ace and Atom. Um, so that's kind of what we got going on. But before we do that, why don't you guys head on to the website www.foresightstudio.com. Now on the website, you're going to be able to purchase merch that supports the channel. So you'll be able to get T-shirts and pillows and all that type of stuff. We've got comics. Um, all of the comics that we've done is on the channel as well. Um, You can also book me for events if you say, for instance, you want to have somebody come out and draw caricatures of your friends and family and kids and all that good stuff. So head on over to foresightstudio.com and go ahead and check us out. All right, on to the show. All right, fam. We're going to start today's live stream off with a little bit of controversy. Fortunately, I'm not the person that has generated the controversy. Um, the controversy has been generated by our good friends, or sometimes not friends, over at Adobe. I don't even know what to say about those guys sometimes. Hold on, let me see. Do we? In fact, let's just go live with it. Did it go? Oh, nope. All right, we have a issues. All right, so we'll leave that alone. But yeah, so we have a controversy that has started with Adobe, and the good people over Adobe basically they messed up. Let's just call it what it is. They messed up, and basically this is what happened. Adobe announced the discontinuation of Adobe Animate. I don't know why they did that, y'all. I don't. So they said it was going to be March 1st of 2026, which would be the original date. So what you're looking at is, 25-year-old legacy tool that it from Flash Media, 3 million users affected, and of course the community basically was like, "Yo, what the hell?" So let's take a look at over at TechCrunch. They have a pretty good article about this, and we're just going to kind of skim through and work it from there. But yeah, um, let's just get over there real quick. Let's share that screen. Do 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 do. Hold on just a second. All right, there we go. All right, so let's go. Let's get TechCrunch. All right. So basically, TechCrunch has been covering this since it broke a couple days ago, and see what Adobe has to say. So Adobe is putting on hold its plan to discontinue Adobe Animate, following in backlash from its customers after it announced plans to shut down the 2D animation software amid an increased focus on investments in AI. I don't get it. I don't understand why these tech companies keep doing this. Um, and this just makes it so much worse for everybody, even the people that are early adopters in AI. It, this is just not sustainable. So, but let's continue. Adobe says that we are not discontinuing or removing access to Adobe Animate. Animate will continue to be available for both current and new users, and we will ensure you continue to have access to your content. The company wrote in a post. I believe it was a Reddit post. So yeah, it was a Reddit post, and I believe that they posted that today. So they announced the discontinuation of Animate on Monday, and obviously everybody and their mama lost their mind. Um, Seeing the intense backlash, we don't have to stick on this. We stop sharing. We don't have to stick on it here. Seeing the intense backlash from that really dumb decision, um, they had to reverse course. Now, the reason why I'm mad is not only because I use Adobe Animate. We have it at our program over in Jennings, um, and I know a lot of people base a lot of their coursework in college off of Adobe Animate as the primary animation program. But also, I'm mad because as a person that has adopted AI and is using AI, um, discontinue with Adobe Animate to then index and invest into AI makes absolutely no sense. Um, what I would have done if I was running is I would have looked into not only figuring out ways of integrating um, AI into the program itself or making the program something where you could work hybrid. I would have I would have moved into the hybrid workflow, or I would have started promoting the hybrid workflow because that's something that I think is going to work. But of course, hey, what do I know? I don't run a multi-billion-dollar company that charges you $70 a month for a subscription to their to their product. If I did, I'd be in a lot better situation than I am right now, and wouldn't be live streaming from the house. That being stated, this actually speaks to a bigger problem that I have, and that problem is that it's it doesn't have to be adversarial. This whole relationship between artists and AI does not have to be adversarial. And this is just another example of it not having to be adversarial, but it is because you have the big tech CEOs and big tech companies. They don't know how to deal with people or talk to people or communicate to people, and they end up doing stupid things like this when it shouldn't be this way. You continue to create an adversarial environment, and then you whine and talk about why is everybody so against the adoption, because you have created this adversarial environment. And this is one of my biggest complaints with big tech and AI. It's not what the tools can do for you, because once you actually use the tools and you integrate it into your work process, you find out that, oh shoot, this is my tag team partner. I can make a lot of great stuff using the things that it brings to the table. But when you create this adversarial environment, which they do, and that is a big argument that I have. Hey, part of the reason why this environment is the way it is, the main reason why this environment is the way it is because of how you approach people and how you did it. You're saying that, oh, this is the future and this is all of that, but then you bring it to people in a way. Basically, you brought it a beautiful steak dinner on a garbage pail and say, hey, eat this steak dinner. It doesn't work like that, y'all. And it's just not going to. So now, once again, you've created an adversarial situation in which people feel like it's us against them. So there's no adoption, right? No adoption. There's no feeling of wanting to adopt. And now you got guys that are like, hey, this is really good for us and everything. We're caught in the middle, you know, and it doesn't have to be this way. We could obviously easily advertise, hey guys, look, you put your incredible artistic skills, you combine it with this tool. This tool is going to take you to the next level. You're going to be able to do X, Y, and Z. You're going to be able to do this. You're going to be able to do that. And you're going to be able to do it at scale and at a much lower cost than it would cost than if you were to go the more traditional routes. Now you're going to get buy-in. But no, nobody wants to do that. We want to come in and we just want to take a big old axe and just axe a program that whole college courses are based off of. Uh, you have big Hollywood studios, well, not big Hollywood studios, but you have people that have shows on Netflix, on Nickelodeon, on all these outlets that have been using your um, product for all these years, and you just come right in and you chop it. Uh, I saw my man Brad Coble even had to put up you guys were right, because he had been vehemently defending Adobe's monthly billing structure, right? The subscription model. He thought that, if you're using a program, you should pay for it. Cool. He defended it, and the people were saying, well, hey, Brad, at any time they could come in and just take something from us, and we're paying them this money, and it's like they don't listen. And sure enough, he was like, "No, they would never do that." And sure enough, Adobe does it. So, thanks, Adobe. No, I'm not going to defend them. They're wrong. They were absolutely wrong. There's no defending Adobe on this one. Their rollout was wrong, as evidenced by their retraction. They know they're wrong. And I'm hoping at some point the people over in the valley, I don't think they will, because I don't think they care. but I'm hoping that they would reconsider how they're going to present this technology to the masses. Because again, it keeps being presented as us against them. It's not. It's not us against them. It's being presented in this adversarial format. I understand there are questions and things that people have, and instead of trying to answer those questions and trying to be reasonable and talk with people, and assuage some fears, and understand now on the other side there's there's people that are just they'll never go for it. They will never touch it. They will never. That's just not their jam, and they should be free to do that. Um, but the people that are interested or maybe making to at least give it a try, you're making it hard for even those guys to give it a try, and it's going to be biting. It's going to bite you guys in the butt. Obviously, it's going to bite those creators in the butt, and I don't like it. So, um, again, bad form, Adobe, bad form. Just do better. That's the best I can say. Um, just do better. So, hopefully, with this pivot. Oh, and let's talk about their pivot. By the way, I kind of went on my little rant right there. But they have made the pivot. So let's get this information out so you guys can see where they've pivoted to. All right. So one of the things that Adobe has done. Uh, do, 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 do. Um, let's see here. So what they're going to do is that basically they have switched, and honestly, it's probably been in this mode for a minute now. They switched it to what's called maintenance. Maintenance modes means that they're not going to have any updates currently. They have no updates currently scheduled. It's no longer important to them. So therefore, they're going to have it in maintenance mode. So what they're going to do is they're going to keep it in maintenance mode instead of just complete and total, um, just axing it, destroying it, getting rid of it. Um, so this means that Adobe is going to at least keep it. You'll have access to it to Creative Cloud. Um, this is for current users and potential new users. But I don't even know how you're going to get new users now that you've basically stabbed everybody in the back with this move. So, um, what's going to happen is that it is going to remain in maintenance mode, and maintenance mode again means that it just will not get updates, but it will be accessible via Adobe Creative Cloud moving forward. And again, like I said, I would like to see that the program is, instead of being ostracized, is integrated into this new world, because there are uses for Adobe Animate. Because again, even if it's more of a just, hey, you can use it as a corrective tool for certain things. That's something that you can do using Adobe Animate. So I don't know why they haven't looked at it. And then on top of that, they didn't give any kind of options. They were like, hey, use After Effects or Fresco. Um, I I know people can do minor animations, gifs in Fresco, but come on, really? Um, After Effects is, come on, really? Come on. Um, and then you that means that there you have Moho and Two Boom. I know you can do animation in Studio Paint, but again, it just goes to the point of it have to be adversarial. You guys have made it adversarial. This again creates a new adversarial situation, and it makes adoption of the new technology uh, the thing that can make things easier for a lot of animators, a lot of solo creators. You've now made it harder, and I don't know if that's your intention or what, or if you guys just don't think or have the foresight. But we're here now. So that being said, that's what's going on with Adobe, and it's just sad, guys. It's just really really sad, and I hate that it's happening. But we will continue to move on. All right. So next on our news items, Vidu, my friend Vidu, has released its new Q3 version, and oh man, it's when I tell you that's the truth, it is the truth. So Vidu Q3 has released, and the samples on it are looking amazing. Um, I've already got a couple samples of some work that I've done, so I'll show that off to you guys as well. But what comes with Vidu Q3? Well, you're going to get native audio video generation up to 16 seconds, 1080p resolution, smart camera control system, and this right here is one of the best things about it. Multi-shot storytelling capabilities. That's right. So it's ranked number two globally in text to video. Who cares? I don't care about text to video. Um, it surpasses Runway Gen 4.5 and Clean 2.5 Turbo, and we're going to talk about Clean because they say hold my beer. It's got sorry, superior audio and visual synchronization, and Super Seiyu voice acting technology. So Vidu is really doing this thing right now, and it's come up with some really cool. It's coming with some really cool stuff. In fact, if we go over to Twitter or X as it's called, yes, thanks, Elon. So we go over here to the world of X. Um, just some of the things that you're seeing right now. So let's just check out some of the posts. So just some really dope stuff that they're doing right now. You guys are posting over here on Twitter, and it's just really nice. This is all, and these are all done in Vdu. Now, one of the things that I love about the new Vdu 3. Q3, I keep calling 3.0, is one is the action. Um, if you have tried to do action in with using AI, you have found that that can kind of look horrible. But this right here, look at this. This is all done in Vdu Q3, and they are going at it, and it looks great. So, um, action is going to be one of those things that Vdu really, really, really is is doing a good job with. Check this out. So yeah, so they've put together a bunch of different clips. This right here, just the multi shot. So even with myself, hold on just a second. Do, 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 do. Let's go ahead and get that open up real quick. Do, 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 do. So even with myself, with the work that I've done, just check out. We'll do this one right here. Should have had this ready. So hold on just a second. All right, good. We're ready to go. Good to go. All right. So let's share this screen. All right. This is a clip that I've done for Quantum University. So and what I did is I drew out the start frames, of course, and did the full illustration. The background is a sketch that I did that I took over into Nano Banana Pro and then had it paint and finish up. And did this yesterday, so check it out. So also this was built with a start and end frame. So that was one of the good cool things about it. Now you can use the start and end frame creation of these in the creation of these clips. So again, just one of the things that you can do. And the illustration itself was done in Clip Studio Paint, using my favorite pencil and my favorite pen I talked about before. So um, just some really cool stuff that's going on right now with Vdo Q3. Something I think everybody should, if you have a chance to work with Vdo Vdo Q3, definitely give it a shot. I think you're going to be happy with the results. But Vdo was not the only video or image to video model or video making model um, that has stepped up to the plate. Kling 3.0 has launched, and I think it launched yesterday. So what's with the Kling? Kling is a all-in-one unified model. It combines generation plus editing. You get up to 15 seconds of video. Um, so you can generate up to a 15-second video clip. 4K native output capability. Canvas agents for intelligent storyboarding. Element system for superior character consistency. That element system is really interesting to me. Native audio generation with dialogue support, multi-language support, which includes English, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, and Spanish. So it did launch on February 4th. That is today at 11 p.m. Beijing time. Um, right now, you have to have the Ultra subscriber plan for early access. They will probably roll it out to the other subscriber plans and obviously to the aggregators at some point. But from what I have seen from Clean um, 3.0, it is the truth. So things about it's no more switching between tools for generations and editing. Maintains visual identity across shots, angles, and scenes. Focuses on workflow, control, and repeatability, not just a spectacle. Moves from experimental clips to production-ready workflows. So again, just speeding up that pipeline. Now, the one thing that I have found with Clean doesn't work as well as because I was working with 2.5. It doesn't do as well with 2D animation as it does with like just um, generated image. Like I was in Higgsville and I generated a real life version of my character Gun Bunny, and I did a lot of stuff with her. and a lot of that was clean, and it worked out really well. That was 2.5. So now 3.0 may have addressed some of those issues. We're going to have to wait because, nope, I'm not paying $127 a month right now for the ultimate, for the ultra subscription. But I'm sure it'll roll out to Korea and all the other aggregators at some point, and they'll probably even give us to Hicksville in Korea, and they'll probably even give us access for about a month or so before they start killing us on the credits. But again, it is one of those things where it really could be a game changer for clean AI, and it could really just move things forward. Um, in keeping with that spirit, Pika 2.1 has launched, and that launched on January 27th. So what's the major upgrades with them? So we're gonna do a 1080p HD video generation, advanced motion control, fluid natural character animations, dynamic lighting effects, emotional depth with enhanced shadows and highlights, realistic physics simulations, objects behave naturally, scene ingredients, integrate elements from uploaded photos, seamless style transfers. Um, so looks like you can get up to 10-second video generations, which is basically double their previous limit. Um, Full 1080p resolution, revolutionary keyframe interpolation, reduced credit costs. So, um, whereas something like Kling, even when it gets to the aggregators like Korea and Higgsville and all those types of places, the credits that it's going to cost you to use um, the model is going to be much higher than the credits it's going to cost you to say use Pika 2 point, what's it, 2.1 or 2.2. So those are some of the things that you have to look at. So hold on, let's I think Tech Radar has a pretty good article about um Pika. Yeah, let's check out Tech Radars. Let's see what their coverage of this situation is going to is what they're talking about. Because again, it's just so much out there for us as creatives. Um, we definitely want to be able to take it all in. All right, so let's get over here. All right, so Arrival Pika just dropped a new video AI model, and I can't believe how good it is. Well, okay. All right, so Pika, yeah, we know released just 2.1. Pika Labs is keen to stand out from possible competitors like OpenAI and Sora. It's the newest models add some real power to their effort. 2.1 as a whole suite of new and upgraded features just a little over a month after Pika 2.0 dropped. The new model offers some tools to make animation smoother, lighting more dramatic, and physics more realistic. It's not quite Pixar, but it's closer than you first might first imagine, and it's still usable for those who watch YouTube tutorials for editing family album videos. Let's see. The scene ingredients feature introduced with 2.0 is still the star of the new to model offering to incorporate people, objects, and locations lifted from photos you upload. Your living room becomes Starship Bridge. Your dog can star in a romantic drama with a few clicks. However, the new advanced motion control feature is where 2.1 really flexes. Fluid and graceful animation is suddenly much more feasible, replacing earlier models and more robotic, awkward motions. Ballerinas and gymnasts can star in your video without looking like straw filled dummies. Well, no, we don't want that. All right. So now, thanks to the new realistic physics simulation feature, all of the videos feel more like reality. Objects behave like they actually exist in the real world. Let's see. All right, so here is a so we'll see if we can click on this and make this video bigger. I guess we can't. So this is kind of like their this is kind of like their I guess you would call it a demo reel, just kind of showing off what you can do with Pika. And obviously, one of the things that a lot of these video models are trying to address is action. They've gotten acting down for the most part. It's only going to improve, but they want to get action down. And obviously, the improvements to models like Pika, to Vidu, to Kling make that possible. So again, Pika 2.1, I haven't had a chance to mess around with it just yet. Looking forward to it. It's definitely something that I'm going to see how that works and how that can be incorporated into the workflow. Let's get into some more tech news, some more AI tech news. Google VO3 has pretty much set off the AI video tech wars. What do I mean by that? Well, all this really started when 3 VO3 and 3.1 dropped, and you had the ability to have native audio generation in single prompt, character dialogue with perfect lip syncs, sound effects, ambient noise, background music. So you could create all of that with the single prompt. Three or 3.1 has best in class physics and realism. Um, the one thing I would say is that when it comes to the 2D animation stuff, it's still kind of it'll mess with your art, which that's a no-no. So we don't want that. But it looks like when it comes to the more realistic stuff, you get that. So the physics and realism, yeah, I can see that. Superior prompt adherence, as long as it's not hand drawn. Number one in movie gen benchmarks, which beat Meta's movie gen. Behind many viral TikTok videos, rapping babies, corgi, street interviews. So, what really kind of set everything off is their collaboration with Darren Aronofsky. I always get his name wrong. Primordial Soup. He actually put together a, I guess it's a series on YouTube, and it looks freaking amazing. VO3 has an integration with Google Workspace, Google Videos, so you're going to be able to use it as part of if you are in the Google system. If you have, you know, a Google Android phone or even a Pixel phone, that's pretty. It's pretty well integrated. Rich soundscapes with everything from dialogue and background music, synth ID watermarks for responsible AI use. So again, why are we saying this is the AI video wars? Because you've got OpenAI with Sora, which is highly customizable. It's cinematic, but it does take creative liberties, and that really is an issue. If you are Sora is really good for ideating your ideas, right? Just coming up as long as you are cool with it, just coming up with something. The look, you know, maybe you just want to see your idea out there, which I've done. Um, I've done a few times with Sora just to see an idea and then see where I want to go with it. But if you're trying to tell it a specific look, give it specific examples, it doesn't do that well at hearing, or it really kind of just what comes out doesn't. It's not the greatest. All right, VO3, best audio integration, enterprise grade, right? And Clean 3.0 is now the best for extended duration and multi-shot coherence. So we got a lot of other major players right now. You got Runway, which is super cinematic, motion capture, 720p cap, and it's professional grade. Pika, obviously we just talked about that. They're the most accessible. Rapid iterations is best for quick social content. Haleu, it's an emerging player. It's got competitive features. Vidu Q3 we talked about again. Of them, I like Vidu, especially for 2D animation for hand drawn stuff. Um, just narrative production, the multi-camera stuff that you can do now. As you just saw with some of the examples over there on X, really just doing it now. So what's happening is that everybody is jockeying for position, and that being stated, what's going to end up happening is some obviously, there's going to be a lot of competition. Some are going to fall by the wayside. Hopefully not Vidu, and others are going to grow and grow and grow and kind of become the dominant model application in the space. Um, right now, Google is taking the lead. I believe it looks to me like Google is taking the lead. And Google's taking the lead mainly because of its accessibility. Basically, if you have any access to Gmail, a Android phone, a Google phone, um, you can easily start using. It's literally everything's baked into Gemini now. So and Gemini is everywhere. So you are getting a lot of generations and things like that. Um, Sora it has really focused on just creating whatever. So a lot of the what you would consider AI slop is coming from Sora. Clean is like the creme de la creme. So with it being such the creme de la creme, top of the line, it's expensive. It costs a lot. So that's going to be an issue. So those are some of the things that we have to look at with these AI models. Oh man, just a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff. So exciting times, guys. Definitely exciting times, and I hope you guys are really just really checking out everything that's going on. Let's let's see here. Let's take a little break. Let's see what's going on. Um, and while we're speaking of tools and workflows, let's go. Let me do an in-depth breakdown of the Patreon, guys. Yeah, the Patreon. So if you go to the patreon.com/DKG72, we've got 3 levels right now. Hold on, let me get to our Patreon so we can kind of talk about that. Yeah, let's go over here to so we can kind of. So let's go over here. Um, and so we can see, you guys can see some. So let's talk about the levels that we have. All right. Memberships. So we've got a free tier, and then we've got our paid tiers, which is Storyteller. Storyteller is basically $5 a month, and you get this 5% discount on merch store. We get free and a free black and white digital pinup of the month. Storyteller Plus, that's our secondary tier. That's the tier that I think people should hop on. That's $10 a month. Now honestly, you get a 7-day free trial also. But With that, you get a 10% discount on all merch on the store, and a free full color. So whereas Storyteller is a black and white, um, Storyteller Plus you get a full color digital pinup, and then Storyteller Alpha, which is $15 a month, but you get a 20% discount on the store. You get a free 8x10 digital pinup. Um, and of course early releases on any Foresight Media products, productions that we do, and get exclusive art tutorial once a month, and obviously at the end of the year you'll get our a digital version of the Art of Foresight Studio yearbook. So um, actually the one for 2025 is supposed to come out soon once I get the cover done. So um, those are the tiers, guys. Head on over to patreon.com/DKG72. Um, Sign up for a membership if you're not sure about it just yet. Just go ahead and hit the free tier and see if you like it. We'll be posting more over there and all that type of stuff. So again, go ahead. Link will be in the description when we get done with this stream, and we'll go from there. All right, let's see what's going on. Let's talk to everybody real quick before we get into my current projects. How we doing? How's it going? Let's see. Oh goodness, let's see here. Anybody in the chat? Uh, okay, so it look kind of scheme right now. Uh, okay. Let's see what's going on over on. So, guys, if you got any questions, you got any comments, definitely please feel free. Hit me in the chat. Let me know what you're thinking, what's going on. It's funny. I had to get a new phone recently, and now I get all these advertisements for I get all these ads for what's up? What's up, Pep? Yeah. Now that I got this new phone, they're just in. They're hitting me with all these ads for phone cases. It's like, how do they know? How do they know? Um. So. um. But yeah, I think one of the other things that we're going to do is that we are going to expand the live stream over to the Patreon. So we're definitely going to do that. So I think we may even start doing a Patreon exclusive live stream at some point. We'll see how that goes. So um, let's go ahead and get into what I'm currently working on. Let's pull up this right quick. All right. Let's go to here. There we go. 1 minute clips. All right. So I already showed, and I'm gonna show again the Quantum University clip. Wanted to show this other clip though because I thought it was really cool. And this is for Shorty Ace and Adam. This is the opening, one of the opening sequences. So check this out, guys. Um, don't know why that came up. There we go. All right. So Here we go right here. So, and again, the whole frame, we drew out the background, foreground characters. Then I took the background into, um, what is that? Nano Banana Pro, so that we can to get the painted effect, the lighting and everything. Um, Composited that in Clip Studio. Didn't have to do any kind of masking or anything like that, which was cool. So didn't have to take it into Photoshop. Then took it back in Nano Banana Pro and had it match the lighting, and then took it into Vdo, into Q3, Vdo Q3, and this is what I was able to get. So if you haven't noticed already, Shorty Ace is well, she's short, um, but she is our resident reporter of all things um, unnatural, and she gets into a lot of different adventures with her friend and faithful partner in this, um, Adam. What's up, Carolina Green? What's up? How's it going? So we are just looking at excuse me. We are just looking at some clips. Hold on. Oh man. Sorry about that, guys. My throat was growing dry. We were just looking at some clips from some of the projects we're working on. Um, I'll share. We'll show it one more time, real quick. Hold on, just a second. Doesn't want to share. There we go. I don't know why I was acting like that. But yeah, so this is the clip we did in Vdu Q3 for sure. The Ace and Adam. What was that, like a 4 second clip? And then just 1 second. And then we did this opening sequence for Quantum University. Um, just a second. Let's share that real quick. There we go. All right. And this is the clip we did for Quantum University so far. So, really good clip. Multiple things going on. Now, this had a start frame and an end frame. A very, a much more in depth prompt that I had to go through, and this is an 8 second clip. So, again, um, just a much more in depth prompt to get the effect that I wanted to get and to get this ready. This is actually for a sequence of minute short that I'm doing. About a minute, 5 second short that I'm going to be working on. That I'm working on, not going to be. I'm working on currently, and hopefully we can get it to debut by next week. So that was just one of the first shots that I've done. Um, but yeah, so that's what we're working on. Some of the things that we're working on also is creating character designs, so we can use them as assets. Um, I have character designs for some, but not all the characters. So definitely wanted to make sure that we have all those character designs there. So um, what I'm doing today, or what I was doing today, because looks like I'll be working from home for a while, is I'm just laying out, creating the body shells for the characters, um, and I'll kind of do a couple of those for for the time being. But yeah, so that's basically what we're doing. We're just creating the bodies for main characters and 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 working from there. Um, so far that's kind of the and again it's work in progress. Um, and we're also going to see if I need to how we want to proceed forward creating these characters and creating these shots. Mainly because again there's a couple of ways to do this. We can do reference to video, which is another reasons why it's important to create your character designs. Because sometimes it may make more sense to do reference than it makes sense to do start and end frames. Sometimes it's going to make more sense to do start and end frames, just depending. So um, that's part of the decision making process that you have to make when you're working on a project like this or projects like these, and making sure that your pipeline is solid is cool. Is one of the ways that you're going to be able to get these projects. You're going to get these projects done. So yeah, so this project right here for Quantum University, um, working on for a second now. I just started working on it this week. Um, and want to get these character designs done because if I do decide that a certain scene needs to use what we call reference to video, this would be the reference image that I would provide it. Um, so there you go. So and this will be next. Excuse me, man. Just it's a lot going on today. But yeah, so that's currently what I'm working on. Current projects that I'm working on. Um, we're trying to build and with this, um, particularly with the Quantum University project. Um, we're looking to hit hit a nostalgia bug. So this is actually a recreation of a classic television opening. I won't say which one. You may have figured it out, but but yeah, this is something that thinking about for a couple of weeks, and now I'm just in the process of executing on it. Um, with that said, guys, let's just we're gonna call it a stream. Just want you guys to know, again, Adobe Animate is in the maintenance mode, so that means that it's not going to be updated, but they're not going to eliminate the program either. So that was thanks to you guys. That strong pushback has made the people over at Adobe to say, maybe that wasn't such a bright idea. Duh. So shout outs to you guys. Also, Vdo Q3 up to 16 seconds. It's you got native audio, ranked number two globally. It is the bee's knees. Cling 3.0 just dropped today. You have to have the um, ultra membership or subscription package to get early access to it, but it is coming. So um, it's all in one model, 4K output. Yeah, it's gonna be dope. Pika 2.1 and 2.2, 1080p. Also, I didn't talk about the peak editions and Pika swaps and Pika frames. Those are just some of the things that are going on. Google 3 VO3, um, and the fact that it's just got the best audio integration pretty much. Um, and I've obviously the project that they've that Darren Aronofsky, yeah, Darren Aronofsky, their partnership with him. Again, I didn't show a clip of it because again, because YouTube and cannot show without them getting a little cattywampus with us. So I opted not to show any of the clips. But if you guys have seen the clips, it is pretty amazing. So definitely check that out. Um, and one other thing, again, if you haven't already, go check out the website www.foresidestudio.com, and there you're going to be able to get merch, prints, all kinds of stuff. Check out some of the comics and stuff that I've produced. Obviously, head on over to the Patreon. Definitely get over to Patreon. We got the three tiers, also a free tier, and if you just want to directly support the channel, hit the Cash App. You see the handle. It's in the little bar right here, right here. Yeah, right here in the middle. So go ahead and hit the Cash App. And with that being said, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a stream, and we will see you guys next Wednesday. All right, it's your boy DKG72. I'm out. Peace.